show that can match it. How to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Jamal keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the lake show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
Welcome back. Episode 52 of the Match My Energy podcast. It's your boy, Dennis Lee, aka DINO Dennis.
Hey, it's your boy Jamal, JC2 Blessed. We are back at it. Welcome back. It's been a while. It's been a while. We have a lot to catch up, a lot to go over. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share it. Let us know if you're trying to get on the podcast. We talking about everything. You know, basketball is our love. That's our main thing. But we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of different things. So anything you're interested in, we can definitely chop it up. But yeah, man, how have you been, man? It's been a long time. Even though we talk, all the time, on the podcast, it's been a little minute.
Right. It's been a little while. We both been on a little bit of a, I don't know if you call it sabbatical or break.
Yeah, a little break.
But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of big changes, as y'all can see. I mean, the last episode, y'all seen that I'm on this background. As you can see, his is different now. We got a lot of different moving parts going on. I've been working on the gym, brought on a new trainer. He's actually from one of my old high schools. I went to 4 different high schools, but he was originally from Sunrise, played basketball for WSU, and now he's a trainer of course he trains like us regular people, but he also trains NBA athletes and stuff like that. So it's cool to bring him on. Dude that I used to, play ball with, Brett Michael, name drop. Brett Michael, he's new to the Dino Fit fam. He trains, I'm trying to think of some of the other names, but most notably Buddy Hield. So it's cool bringing him on. Yeah,
Hey, don't say
for the Warriors. So I've been trying to tell them, hey man, when they play the Thunder or something, let's get on down the road, what I'm saying?
Round row.
Yeah, let me touch the floor, man. And so man, just been doing that, writing, working on different algorithm things, different different things here and there. Y'all know me. My mind's always trying to figure out something. But yeah, man, for the most part, it's been a roller coaster ride. Me, I'm always, gonna take it. But even bigger, man, you the one with the big news. I know we ain't gonna get into specifics, but I see a new background over there, man. So how have you been?
Yes, sir. I have finally moved from Georgia to Charlotte, North Carolina. Been a long time coming, man. New job opportunity, so I was able to finally, take that venture out. Still working in IT, still in the data space, but was able to finally make that move to Charlotte, man. It's about 2.5 hours from my home, but so it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to, get there since out of college. I've been telling people, I was like, hey, Charlotte might be my settlement location. Still filling it out. Still, it may or may not still be, but finally got here to kind of get my test my trial run on it. Liking it so far, like the area that I'm at. Yeah, new apartment, man. So I'm still working on the setup. For sure had the shoes. The shoes was on this side wall at the old place. Had to see because the lighting is like right here. So I might put a curtain right over there or change my setup. Right now I can do the desk wherever I want to. But for sure I want to display the shoes and all that stuff. I'm gonna do the LED and all that kind of stuff. I have a whole bunch of plans for this room. But yeah, man. So finally got that move to Charlotte, man. So looking forward to it. Trying to do some more, exploration and stuff like that and get outside a little bit more. At least early on, because once I get my place settled and get together, like on one of those, I might be, enjoying the rent is what I will be saying. Like just staying at home, chilling, watch some of the movies. If somebody, people want to come over and chill here, or we can go to some other place. But we ain't got to go outside all the time. So,
that's real.
Early on, I might just, to meet some new people and stuff like that. I'm going to the gym and so they're trying to find, playing basketball, trying to find people in the areas and stuff that I like doing. But other than that, man,
we really don't talk about that, man. Trying to find friends, like after college, high school, like how you do that? Like, like
It's
you
my
never
second
know.
time, really my second time trying to do it. I tried it in Kansas when I went up
Right.
there. Nobody was there. Like completely nobody. It was just coworkers. So I hanged out with a lot of my coworkers after work on the weekends, and then I got old. Um, and then it's also tough, like for myself, when I don't drink. I don't really partake in those type of activities. So it's one of those like, yeah, everybody going to those bar scenes and stuff like that. But for myself, like I'm going there, but I'm not partaking. So it's like, what's going on with him? Is he judging us? Like in the back of the mind, people say that stuff, so I already know. But I just kind of, I ain't trying to ruin nobody's vibe or anything like that. But it's kind of hard to go out and do it solo, just kind of going out to those top spots. So it's even harder for myself. But Kansas,
Mm.
say it was hard, and then I reached out, about training. That's how I got into your little circle and rim. And then
Man, I
here,
know, right?
gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same, but I think it's a little easier because at least, like I said, I have most of my circles is in Georgia or around Georgia, Augusta, Georgia. That's still like a 2.5 hour drive. So if somebody need, I can even have somebody pull up or go back home, something like that. If I really was feeling that,
That's true.
so it's a little bit easier travel wise. Kansas was a flight, so um, and then here I just gotta find a circle. But at the same time, like once you get older, it's like no new friends. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard to like solidify against some new people. Like if I'm ran into some people and it's like, okay, cool, we mesh well, we can hang out a couple times, but I'm not one of those that actively seek for new friends and relationships that I need to have like right away. So if it happens
Right.
organically while I go out to certain events like farmers market, stuff like that, just kind of everyday things, you just meet people and it's like, okay, cool. You see
Yeah.
people over and over and it just naturally
Sure.
occur. That's
That's
kind of
that's why you may have to go start going to like Hornets games and stuff, Get around
yeah, for
folks
sure.
talking.
That's what I'm planning. I mean, even the cheap games, I was like, I gotta take advantage. Like I told people, I'm like, one of the biggest factors for myself being a huge basketball fan was moving to a city. I wanted to have an NBA team that was there and a decent airport. So this one has both. Um, like I said, Atlanta was also an option, but I'm just not a fan of Atlanta that myself.
Atlanta does have a lot going on for sure.
Yeah, Charlotte's starting to get up there as well, but I would say the food is getting better. It's better in Atlanta for sure, though. I would definitely say the food is. I want to be here like 2, 3 weeks, but the food has been kind of mediocre from the places that I've been to. So
Mm,
I got to find some more like hole in the wall or like venture out more. But for
right.
sure, I can find some better places. But yeah, I'm telling people go to the Hornets game. Those little all the way at the top, those little $12, $20 tickets. I'm gonna get those and then just go down to the low bowl. You can stand in the little standing area, or you can kind of finesse a seat if you want to. I'm not really a finesse seat person. They also started to guard those. They have started to have guards right there. You have to show the ticket just to get back to your seat anyway. So, but at least in
Uh,
the standing area in the little bowl where like the eateries are at, you can stand over there and eat. And you pretty much got in. Saw some players a little bit closer for like $12, whatever. So, um,
that's true.
but that's like a random game, like a Hornets Wizards something. You ain't gonna be no Hornets Lakers or anybody like that. So, um,
Man.
and then of course when Miami Heat play, I'm going to the little bowl, like for sure. I was doing that in
But
Augusta.
it's so
Was
crazy.
driving.
Yeah.
So
It is, man, yeah. Like I really am like trying to like fathom like because okay, so and maybe this is something I probably would have had to do in my life if I would have did something a little different. But like I went to the Navy after I did a semester of college. But even when I did that semester of college, I was here basically like I was at Butler and Andover, so which is
yeah,
basically still Wichita. So and I went with my friends that I just had. And then I go to the Navy where they like you dang near are forced to become friends and family with these people because of all y'all shared experiences. But then it's like, and then I get out and I come back here. And so it's like I'm still, around my family and this and that. So it's like I didn't really move like I had originally planned. So I'm even trying to fathom like if I moved right now, because we always talking about moving to different places and stuff nowadays. But like just going to somewhere and then trying to meet new like or even now, me trying to make new friends now. Sometimes I try that and it's just like well,
it's
people
tough because
around our age is like they families, you know what I'm saying? They got different little life. Like you said, some of them be like always drinking, always at the bar. Now, I drink from time to time, but like I'm not really much of a let's still go out to the club every week and this and that, which some people my age are, but a lot, I mean, we chilling and it's hard to just meet a random or especially like a guy. guys trying to make new guy friends is difficult.
It's tough. Like I said, and then like it's you finding somebody, and then it's like I hate to say it like this, but you got to date the person too. Like you got to go hang out and do all this kind of stuff, and
In
you
a
got to see
sense,
what goes the
yeah.
line. And it's like, man, what? You ain't trying to build. You're not trying to do this. It's like, but we at this age, and he's like, man, I just want to play on the game. I just want to chill. You know what I'm saying? I was
Now you
like,
gotta
that's cool, but
break
I'm
up
like,
with this.
let's talk about other stuff and like.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he texts you back and be like, "Hey man, this ain't gonna work out." Like I'm saying, man, I gotta find somebody in my, the realm
That sound
thing.
crazy. It
But you
do
were
sound
so
crazy.
cool, bro. You were so cool.
Tell me what I can do.
So
That's
it's
funny, man.
basically like that, man. But you also, like I said, like how I have like certain friends, and I think most people have their own friend circles. Is like you
Right.
have different friends for different things. Like, hey, you want to
No, for
go out and do
sure.
stuff? That's the friend you hit up. Hey, you want to go to the game? This is the person you hit up. Life advice is the person to hit up, and then sometimes you have someone who's super all around it, and that's the person you can do all these events with. Um,
Right.
but
Have the crossover episodes.
yeah, so it might be one of those like you just have to have that person might fit your circumstances, and that person might be like that's how I kind of look at relationships and like friendship is like that person might be my go to the game person, but on the
Mm-hmm.
flip side, I might be his life person. You know what I mean? Like it may be a little
Damn.
different. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to the game, but like, bro, I need some advice about this. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to the game. And so it's like, you do have to understand that boundary as well, because it's like, bro, when he hits you up, he want to hear some advice or try to give you opinion on it. And
Mm,
when I hit you up, it's like, bro, what's the next game? What's the next outing type of deal? So it's kind of those, everybody have their own, I would say, which is good to have some selfish reasons on why you have certain friendships and relationships that you have in your life as well. So, but it's hard,
right.
bro. Especially as a
Yeah.
guy, it's super tough. It's super
Cause then
tough.
like, cause then it's like it's not even like okay. So a lot of times I wouldn't say like friendships die, but it's just like as we get older, people start to form they lives. They either can move away or they get a family, and now hey bro, nah, I got a lot of kids, or I got so then maybe you don't hear from them as much, or just anything. Just people get so busy with lives, and we have, and a lot of times some people will take that personal. Man, you ain't hitting me up, man. You a fake friend. You that. Nah, bro. We always got our own lives, and my
Yeah.
life don't revolve around you, and yours don't revolve around me. So it's like then you may just forget. Oh man, I was gonna hit so and so up, but next thing you know, it's been a month, 2 months, six
Yeah.
months, and you're like, oh damn, I forgot I was gonna text him. You
Get to the
know,
point where you're just doing like the birthday posts and just hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, those type of deals. See you next year, or talk
right?
to you next year. So yeah, man.
And that's why a lot of times I say, yo, hit up that one friend and call them for no reason, just to
Yeah,
see how they doing, because you never know, man. Shoot, I forgot about that. It just hit me. What was it January? End of January. We lost a good another. It sounds like I'm always saying RP to somebody, but like Shaquille Wright, Shaq, from North High, cool dude. My twin cousins, Bryson and Briston, they introduced me to him the first day of school, and that was basically they triplet. You
mm,
saw Bryson Briston, you saw Shaquille, so he played whole point guard. He was a man beast. And shoot, even afterwards, I used to come home from the Navy and I used to come home on leave and be hanging out with Briston or Bryson or whatever. And then we spend the night at Shaquille's house at the end of the night from going out to the club when I was like 21, 22.
mm,
And even afterwards, cool dude. If he asked you how you was doing, he legit wanted to know. Like he was real, you know, cool dude, but also loved anime. So it was like funny, like at my cousin Bryson's wedding, we out there talking and like we talking like real passionate and like Shay walks up. Shay walks up, I was like, what y'all talking about? He's like, man, we was talking about like he like loved Vegeta and he was like a new dad at the time. He's like, man, honestly, like Vegeta like showed me how to be a better father with this. I was like, okay, like it was kind of weird for me, but it's like the fact that we having this anime talk like
yeah,
this is, and I didn't know he was on it like that. But yeah, man, it's just you never know. You never know, because sometimes you'll be scrolling Facebook and be like, oh man, I remember him from man, that was a cool dude, and you just keep scrolling.
yeah.
But we also get so used to like people hitting us up for alternative
Motive.
reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah, talking about, oh, what up, bro? How you been? You sitting there like, oh man, yeah, he was thinking about me, and they be like, yo, man, so you trying to get in on this business? Oh, so, well, I thought you just
exactly.
was want to talk to me.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was super huge with the what's that? It's like a pyramid scheme type thing. I forgot what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah. All the pyramid schemes, the multi-level marketings,
It's called was a huge one.
World Ventures was one. Wake Up Now.
It's not coming to me
Well,
right
they all
now.
gone. Most of them is gone.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was like
uh,
most of them was hitting you up. It's like,
Primerica, Primerica,
nah, I'm trying to think of the.
Herbalife. See, they got a lot of them, man. Well,
Yeah,
Herbalife's still around, I think.
oh, also, I had a birthday February. Big 3-0.
Yes.
Forgot about that. So, yeah, man, I'm out of the 20s. I'm officially unk status for real. Not only
Mm-hmm.
my real life, but actually my personal life. Well, I don't know. That's the same. But uh, I'm an uncle and I'm an unk. That's how I can say it. So,
Right.
it's it's crazy, man. Glad to be here. Like I said, we just talked about it. It was like it's a blessing to get older.
Oh yeah.
Take everything with a with a blessing and having that mindset. It's gonna get bigger and better from here, man. I can't wait for us to see what go from here. Um, one thing I did say that I would try to do going forward is more travel, like legit travel, personal travel out of the country. I know. You ain't gotta say it. I already know about Mexico. I already know. But definitely doing that because I'm like, yes, I like road tripping, and most of the other travels have been coming in from work. I was like, hey, I travel for
Hmm.
work, and then I explore that city based off where we went. But I haven't really take a lot of like, okay, I chose this destination. I chose what I'm gonna do while I get there, for a week or a couple days. So, going forward, I'm gonna try to be more attentive and saving for those type of activities and not so much of like, okay, work is sending me here and let me plan a trip around that. That's kind of what I've been doing. So, trip here and there, but just kind of be more intentional, especially with things going on. It's just like you just want to be more take time for yourself and stuff like that. So that's kind of the 30 revelation I kind of had. So
Right, right, man. I feel it, man. Yeah, embrace the old, shoot. Uh, getting up there, but still take care of yourself so you don't gotta feel old. A lot of people,
yeah,
man, my knees, my back, my shoulders, shoot. That's literally words I be saying. But the more we
facts.
take care of our bodies, the more we able to age gracefully. Have good skincare routines, take care of your hair and your face and all that. Because I tell you what, I keep seeing people that look so much older than me, and I know it's also genetics and stuff too. But
Yeah.
man, sometimes you gotta take care of your life. I just found out last night. I forgot how I found it out, but Moneybag Yo is a month younger than me.
Oh wow.
I thought Moneybag Yo was way
I was older too.
man. It's just the way some people be looking, but man, take care of your bodies.
Yeah.
It's time for me to talk about it. It's time for me to talk about it, man. Uh, the Lakers and
Yes.
and the longevity of LeBron James.
Crazy.
First off, before we talk about last night's game, of course, as y'all know, we record a lot of times on Sunday mornings or whatever. So Saturday night, before I talk about last night's game, let's talk about this man still getting 40 points at 40 plus years old. This is year 22. Yes,
Crazy, man.
we gonna talk about All-Star game break, how what he did was a little weird to me. I like to stay
Yeah.
non-biased when I talk about sports, but still give my props where props is due. He's playing. He's changing what we think about aging. It's like we've seen players his age in the league, but we haven't like Udonis Haslam. When Udonis Haslam was his age,
No, he's a high performing 40-year-old. It's not just like
right?
he just with a
Vince
name.
Carter ended up being the corner three guy. Occasionally he'll get a dunk off here and there. I mean, Kobe, he was out the league before he was 40, but that's because I think it was like 39 or something like that. But you don't see this. You don't see somebody getting this many minutes. You don't see somebody, let me see, last night's numbers. All of them. On top of the fact that we got Luka now. I know I'm all over the place a little bit, but that's the way it's been the last couple of weeks. First off, that was a
Okay.
surprise to everybody.
Man, I still don't understand how they decide. Like, they need a full investigation on
Oh,
how the Lakers stole Luka, bro. I understand they said like, Nico had some ties with Kobe and the Lakers already. It was some things going with Luka and the Mavs
Oh,
overweight, but it was like that connection. It's like it still feels like, hey, bro, I'm gonna do you a little solid when, especially when he was a Nike exec. So it's kind of like I'm about to throw y'all a little solid. You know what I'm saying? But I
but
don't know.
that's
I
crazy.
mean,
That's tampering in a way. That don't sound right
that's the only way it sounds like
because you
something
don't
this huge.
trade. He's only 25,
He just went to the finals. I was like, even
right?
I can see if he was like overweight and y'all went for like 10 of 70. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all had a horrible record. Y'all wasn't doing anything in the playoffs. But I'm like, if he's still overweight and like all the other people are saying, and he's still 90% better than the whole league, then I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
I
Um,
understand the reason. Like, yeah, I understand the weight might get something, but I'm like, right now it's still like fine because it's like he
he
give
was
you
coming back from
30,
injury. He was on his way
give
back.
you a 30-point triple double almost every night, and he led you guys to the finals. And like, honestly, they could have got one more piece, and they could have been right back into it this year.
Yeah,
Um,
they were just
because
dealing with injuries themselves.
a lot of
Like,
people saying like you traded your another Dirk like person for your franchise, and that play was willing to stay at least for right now for the foreseeable future. So it's like it's
right.
just tough. It's just tough to see it, man.
It was so weird. Like,
For
I
the
mean, as a
Lakers,
Lakers fan, I love it. I love it. I like the way Luka plays. Every time I get to watch him, I'm just like, it's a bad man right there, you know. But
how you feel about
honestly, on what?
getting off AD Anthony Davis? At first, I was like, it might be happy, but I'm like, it's kind of mixed because it's like you still need
Yeah,
like
no,
a
it's definitely mixed
all-star
feelings.
big.
Because yeah, we lose that big, right? B, no, no, I didn't cuss AD multiple times on this show. But you have to give credit where credit is due. He's played so well when he's healthy, both defensively and offensively. Like that guy makes the paint scary, you know. And even more so stepping out. I mean, because of how different the game has been, he's been able to guard perimeter, get steals, you know, certain things like that. So he's not a that trash of a player, but it was a weird swap. It reminded me of like Sean Marion for Shaq trade that they did back in the day. Like, it's like, how does that make sense? But whatever, you know, and especially because, well, they're both hurt now, but they already had two pretty decent bigs in the Mavericks with Derek Lively and I don't always blank on his name.
Effort.
Gafford, yeah, Daniel Gafford. So I just think it was questionable. I've heard some other. If we put on our conspiracy hats for a second, I did remember hearing about how Nico, the GM of the Mavericks, was talking about how, or they were talking about how his wife was like obsessed with Luka Doncic.
Hmm.
So it's almost like every time, every game, she's sitting here googly eyed at this man, and you know, we don't know what he was doing. You know,
Even if
said
that,
she was, yeah,
I'm
you
like,
almost got to bite that. Like you almost got to just eat that because
as long as nothing
unless,
happened between them two, you know what I mean?
right,
Like,
that's what, and that's what makes you think like, yo, did something go on? Did Luca mess with somebody's? You know what I'm saying? And
that's the
so
only like, okay, but if she's like, just, I was like, you just gotta have a talk with her. It's like, hey, he about to be here for a minute, so you just need to get over it. Like, but
imagine the Bulls trading Jordan in 1990.
yeah, man, it's
Like it don't make those. I'm not. It's not making any sense to me. Like you,
like a Magic. If you say you trade Magic, if they did like, I don't know, because you
yeah,
have a, it's your franchise play. It's not like, oh, this is the second dog or the third top person. It's like the first person. This is what people are paying. This is what it was so bad they had to refund season ticket holders
right,
because it was like,
yeah.
hey, this is our franchise player. Like, and did not 80 hurt, so the trade immediately doesn't look good because well, you traded while he was hurt already, but um, for him to get back hurt, it's like after one game, it's like,
That first
and
game
it's
when he
like
was
it's
killing, he
tough.
was
It's
killing.
like he looked good. It's like okay, it was like yes, we traded our future, but for our immediate time here, we might be able to compete, high level for
That's what he
championship. And
tried to
now it's
say.
like,
That's what he tried to say. He tried to. I think he tried to fix it. The GM. He was like, well, you know, he's good to win now. We want to win now. And it's like, hey, or he said something about like the future or something like that. Something about like the future. And it's like, dude, Luka Doncic is 25 years old.
But y'all went to the final. That's what I'm saying. Y'all just went there.
And
It's
he
not
took
like
and he took y'all to the finals at 24. So he could do it again, I'm sure. But be like way down the line. Like in 5 years, he's 30. In 5 years, AD's like 37, 38 or something like that.
yeah.
And it's like, bro, he almost out of here. He look like he's out of here now.
Last, he might not last the 5 years. Honestly,
Right.
like it's
Right.
just his little ticky tack type injuries that he has is so like it was cool. I mean, not cool, but LeBron had enough that he could be able to win, 80 out. This one with the team like Kyrie can do it. They do have a good pieces around them, but for sure for this piece to work, like 80 has to be in that integral part. It's not one of those like, hey man, I got to be off for a week for this. I was like, no, bro, you're gonna have to play through all of this. So
Right.
tough,
So
man.
now Kyrie got to go crazy at 6'2".
Right, and then he got what you call it? Something with his disc in his back. I forgot what it's
Oh yeah, herniated disc,
he been playing through
some
that the entire time.
bulging disc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm like, it still looks weird looking at Luka on the Lakers, bro. It just don't feel right. It just don't look right.
it does look a little funny. It's also really cool to me. I might get a Luka jersey. Right.
But wait till March because we still in Black History Month because
You know what? But that's real.
because
That's real.
At the All-Star events, I was like, we might have to move this to March.
Man, right. Uh,
Yeah, Tyler
like,
Hero, my guy was just tough because he's a Heat guy, but won a 3-point contest, which was crazy because Buddy could have hit, but Buddy could have won. Then crazy G League or Mac McClung. I'm like, why is
yeah.
I didn't
And
like it
that's
when
when
he
you
first looked.
realize you
I didn't like
realize
it
the
when he
business of it.
I don't care if it's an NBA nobody. He got to be on an NBA team for real, man. I just don't like because he already have G League events and All Star events. They already have those
True,
dunk
true,
contests
true.
down there. So it's like if y'all bringing him up for the dunk contest, if nothing else, I don't care if he don't play at all. You give him a full contract for the Orlando Magic and or whatever team, and
Hmm.
that solidify him as the NBA. I don't care if he get 0.12 minutes. I was like, for sure, just put him like that. Just make more sense to me than like
And the crazy
having
thing is, like, I mean, and the
contest and
crazy part about it is he's like not like a scrub. He was the G League MVP last year.
I think he can be serviceable, man. I'm not
He's
saying he
not
can make
bad. Like,
league and anything, but I'm like, for
no,
sure.
no, no.
If
I
nothing else, you
mean,
can do doing with Bronny, bro. Put him in the garbage minutes or try to get him. I mean, at this
so,
point, like I don't understand why they're not.
and I think
Uh,
he's better. He's better than Bronny. Like the thing is, that comes up to
if nothing, he can catch a body on
great
somebody.
negotiation. Oh, for sure, something crazy.
Yeah,
Like at least for the entertainment factor. Like I don't
down by
know, and
30,
he
get
can
a little
shoot.
windmill dunk. I don't care.
Yeah, he can shoot. He's a good player. People go if you go and look him up, go watch some of his stuff. He's actually a well-rounded player, and that just goes to show you the difference between regular people and NBA players slash G League players. Because when you watched him in high school, he was one of them. Oh, 50-point Matt McClung game, this and that 40-point thick. Like, and now you just like, yeah, man, G League scrub type of like.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no. I mean, but honestly, yes, I think that was kind of weird, but he showed why he deserved to be there.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
mean, when
man, a three-peat, bro. That's
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, but who else is
y'all.
gonna show it up?
But the issue I tell people is like the people who are showing up. One thing I would give McClung like all the credit is that he be making his dunk on that first try, even if it's like I mean the dunks are already crazy in themselves, but he's making
Right,
them on
right,
the
right.
first try, and then other people making like these not so crazy dunks, but it's taking like 5 attempts, and it's like, come on, like, and then
Right.
he the shortest one, and he dunking the highest. It's like, come on now,
So that's
come on now.
already a cheat code. That's like back when Spud Webb. If you go look at Spud Webb, well, also if you go back in time, yeah, like even they dunks that ain't even as fire are more fire because you see this tiny person just gliding through the air, like man. But yeah, no,
But
like even when Blake Griffin jumped over the kid, he jumped over the hood.
yeah.
Mac jumped over the whole top of the K5.
That's true. But also Blake long, so he had to put like his whole down upper
True.
lower turf. He had to lift his whole
Yeah, he would
leg
have
up.
to turn sideways.
But it's crazy. I was like we used to look up to the dunk contest, but now it's just there. They're just trying to get us by to the next on the Sunday events.
And I was listening on a Joe Budden podcast. They was talking about like why has it been so trash and stuff like that, and they were saying like because of how we even look at the game now anyway. Like people care more about 3-pointers than dunks nowadays, and so now the 3-point competition is more exciting than the dunk contest, which
Yeah,
not
I
to me
mean,
personally, but the
yeah,
scope of the game.
I think it's some truth to that. I just think if the players came out and the stars actually did the dunk contest and actually cared about it, I think it would
That
resurface. Because one thing I would tell people, and we both know, me and you can hit those half court shots. We can hit the 3-point shot. May take more
right,
attempts, but we can do it. Them dunks, it's a lot of average and even above average individuals that won't be able to get those dunks off. And that's what
right,
is the look of dunking and on the dunk contest. And that's why I'm like, if y'all just do something crazy and it's a high, honestly, if it's like a Zion, a John Morant, and Edwards, if they do a fraction of what some of the dunkers have been doing in the past couple years, it will still draw because they're doing it. It's like it's
right.
so easy. I don't for
It's
the
the
NBA to
names too. Yeah,
marketing company and stuff like that. I'm like, it's so easy. I understand the stars don't want to do it, but incentivize them to do something, and that will bring everybody back to the dunk contest. And then
they need incentives
high
that
school
whole
students,
weekend.
those high school students and college kids that's going to be in the NBA is going to be like, well, he did it, such and such did it. I
Right,
want to do it now. And after LeBron and some other players didn't want to do it, it kind of that attention dropped
right.
down because like, man, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He's actually a
Because
dunker. He
literally,
don't want to do it.
that's the crazy part. That's the
And
crazy
after
part.
that,
And literally, like that's what happened. I think when LeBron, like you said, when LeBron said he didn't want to do it back in the day, it was like 2010 or 29 or 2009. That messed it up because before that, all the big names, the Dominique Wilkins, Jordan, well, Kobe did it when he wasn't that big name yet. He was like a rookie or something,
yeah,
but he
is
still,
that
I mean, I was still a bigger name because he was like come out of high school, highly anticipated player, this and that. But he got that's a whole other Lakers
yes,
trash talk right
Carter,
there. But
AC,
Vince Carter, yeah, we've had big names coming up. Dwight Howard still, even afterwards. Like that
yeah,
dude was like defensive player of the year, going to the finals, all that was still like, nah, I'm getting this contest. Now we got the highest name in there with Stephon Castle.
I want to say like even like a lot of people have to look up the names and look at the players. Like it ain't the
Yeah,
same. Like they put in the highlights before they dunk, and I was like, before they didn't do all that because we already knew who the
we
person
didn't
was.
have
We
to. Yeah,
also think after the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, I feel like some people was intimidated with that because that was just a great back and
right.
forth, and people was like, "Well, I
Mm-hmm.
know I ain't gonna go back and forth with that." And I think that kind of added a little bit to it, but I don't know. I mean, now some players are saying like they would do it. I was like, they say it every year, so I don't put any
Right.
stock into.
Maybe we should. Yeah.
But
All
I'm like,
right.
after he got a three-peat, I mean, the three saying I'm a three-peat dunk contest in the NBA is like historic in itself. So it's like
It's like what
I have to
him
come
and
back
Nate
and do it now.
Robinson.
It don't matter. So
Right. See, because in the 3-point contest, we got big names in that.
yeah,
Like, so it's like, how do we get the stars there, but not like you said, like anybody can shoot a 3-pointer. Just about anybody can shoot a 3-pointer. A half court shot.
tries just chucking it up. You can get a
Yeah, shoot at halftime or during the what's the name? During the All-Star game. That regular looking dude, he hit a
yeah,
half court shot for that money. So it's
yeah,
like, yeah, we want to see how much more. We want to see how much better y'all are athletically than us. In a
right.
sense. And the
Like
dunk contest shows like, oh, these dudes really just be gliding through the air. There ain't no way I can do that. Some people can't even touch a rim.
right.
Meanwhile, these dudes got their heads over it and all that. And now we leaving it up to guys that we barely even know, like guys that the ones who were in the competition, but like we're actually in the NBA, they're averaging like 4 or 5. Like I said, Stephon Castle was the best name in that, like stats wise.
Yeah.
And even him, that's what I mean. You like the third option, fourth option on maybe even more than that, but like on the
Yeah.
Spurs.
Not the fourth now.
Yeah, like oh yeah, especially with De'Aaron Fox on there, like
Maybe third because
so.
we out, which is you know.
Oh shoot, man.
So the
Yeah.
blood clots. I hope that's isolated, man. Hope it's isolated in the shoulder because the one of the Thompson twins had the same blood
Uh
isolated blood clot, and they was able to come back in a couple months. So hopefully that's the same with him because once it's like
mhm.
something that your body is producing, it's almost a wrap at that point. It's really tough to come back and play.
uh what's it's Bosch.
Yeah, Chris Bosh. I know all too well because once LeBron left, we had a little okay. Wade and Bosh still here. We can kind of build around them and still kind of do a little
Hmm.
something. Bosh was like, I got a blood clots. I was like, dang. And then that's when stuff started to crumble down. I mean, for sure after LeBron left, stuff's gonna crumble anyway. But so as a Heat fan, I definitely know how dangerous and stuff of blood clots. At least from a basketball perspective. I mean, it's dangerous anyway. But um, from the basketball standpoint. But man, what do you think? Oh, I don't know if you watched the All-Star game itself on Sunday on that new format. So
I went back and caught it afterwards. Honestly, and that's the crazy part. Me even saying that, yeah, I caught it.
right,
Isn't it?
usually,
Like,
it's tough because also Valentine's weekend, but usually you set aside some time, be like, hey, I gotta watch this game. Now it's like
yeah,
when I can.
and I think that was the I get what they're trying to do, and I get how it could have been something, but honestly, it's y'all just play the game, bro. Just play. If y'all just actually put some hustle in it. That's what messed it up when we was watching Jokic just kind of loaf or skip around on the court and everybody
Yeah,
just go back and forth, chucking up half court shot after half court shot. Play, go hoop. We don't need no extras around this. We don't need Kevin Hart coming in and messing it up. We don't.
that ultimately messed that because I'm like, I forgot. I can't remember this happened on First Take. What's the white guy on First Take? With Chris
Uh,
Broussard and somebody else.
Nick,
Yeah, Nick. But yeah, he was basically saying that the NBA was trying to do a different format. They tried to give this um new spill and outlook of how we want to do things. And then you have all this entertainment. I understand this is also TNT's fairware stuff, but
mm,
you also give the fans like all the entertainment but no basketball. So it's like, and it's a graphic out there talking about it was like only 30 minutes, but like 2.5 hours worth of entertainment and ads and commercials.
right,
It's like Kevin Hart is like it was cool for the announcement at the beginning, but during the game, in between everything, he's talking to um the GMs, which were Shaq, Kenny, and Chuck about, hey, watch the big shooting threes. Like now you like talking trash about the game. That's what the game is right now. So it's like well, the base gonna keep on
right.
shooting threes. It's like and they can hear you. It'd be different if they could just it's just like us to the audience, but it's like it's for the whole arena to hear. So it's like bro, look, just let us play. And you see like the players just standing around, just waiting to play for them to stop the chit chat and stuff. It was a lot, man. Watching it live was probably the worst experience ever.
Yeah.
Did one game. I didn't like the multiple game format because
Well,
like
because
the
then
mental
also players get cold. I played
cold.
the first game, then I played the third game or whatever. It's like, bro, I've been sitting here again. Now I got to get back up, get out of here. And like you said, there was another game in between this. There was something in between the second game and in the first game, and there was more talking
But I was like,
here.
you lost that
I
first game,
knew,
you were done. That's what they was talking. They was talking about so many people like Wimby, like my guy Tyler Hill. This is the first All Star and played 4 minutes, and Tyler Hill got two
right,
threes off and got 6 points. But if you didn't score, like you had 0 points, you played 2 minutes in your first All Star game. Now, as rookie, not first time All Star, you might not get like for it depends on if you start or not. You might not get a lot of minutes anyway, but at least you got a lot of playtime, get hella assists and stuff like that. But it's just one of those.
yeah, you still get to rock a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, if you was the first time All Star, like you didn't have anything, and it's like to have Curry beat MVP, he had like 12 points. I'm like, yeah, in the last
that's the
game, it's like,
weird part.
hey, it's
That's the
like
weird part. Yeah,
record book stuff. Like when you go back and it's like he's an All Star MVP. Okay, what did he get in the All Star game? You know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna be like no
hmm
Jason Tatum or Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook when they have went out for 40 and 50 points and stuff like that. Now
right.
those games were a little bit skewed as well because they didn't play defense and it's people just shooting threes. But I mean, still to get that type of points is still crazy. So it's like now we see those record books and it's like, why? And it was like, well, this is 1 year they tried it. And if they change it back, it still look like a stain because it's like you try this format one time. So this is the one MVP you not well.
Well, hopefully they do it that way. Hopefully they like remember when they did the dunk contest, but it was like a group dunk contest or something.
Yeah, that was
So
crazy.
hopefully this is just the 1 year and we go back to it. And like
It
Wendy
gotta
was really
be.
trying to make everybody else hoop. He was like, y'all, come on. He was getting mad at players for not trying to. Hopefully he brings that culture back. That the
Yeah, yeah.
Kobe's and,
Wemby
and,
gonna
and
be
the
good for the game.
Jordans.
Wemby gonna be good for the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
If he
yeah,
was
because he
American
wants it.
born, man, he would have been the face of the league for real.
They keep trying to push a like an ant, but he keeps be like, "No, I don't want that, this and that." It's like, bro, you can't say that while simultaneously being on every commercial during the
And
game.
don't want the off court stuff. Like he don't want to be like looked at as like, hey, you got to do this, you got to be that person. It's like,
The
nah,
role
man.
model and all that. Yeah, shoot, he got a whole lot going on.
I think, yeah, yeah. I think the person I see potentially could be the next face. It's got to be somebody like, it's tough. It got to be
Non-biased,
said who?
non-biased. If we talking American born, I don't know why or what this is, why they're not trying to, or why they like look at him like this. But Jason Tatum,
I already know. No, I already know. When you said that, I was like, it ain't gonna be an.
like, why not?
It's one thing. It's just that he don't have the as a kid or a fan of the game. I want to be Tatum. He doesn't have that factor.
Damn, but
That's the
why
only.
not? That's the thing though. Why
It
not?
just. I don't know if it's his game, how he present himself. He just. I think he's too cookie cutter. I don't know how to say it. It's like it's too. It's crazy. It's
Because
crazy.
he plays that like that
His
prototype
game. His
forward
game.
game.
His game. His mentality. Like honestly, if honestly would give the nod to Brown over Tatum if Brown just wasn't so vocal with how he, come across and stuff like that. But
Even then, Brown is very monotone and very, I don't know. I guess they're both kind of like more serious-ish guys,
it's just one of those
but
like you don't even hear like the Celtics won the championship, but we
mhm.
still don't even look at the Celtics like that. At least in my eyes, at least those two. I was like, y'all won a championship, but
Okay,
I'm like, I still
okay.
don't even look at y'all like
Like
y'all.
like
y'all
you don't believe they can end up doing it again.
yeah, it's just like you
Yeah,
don't hear any kids besides maybe if you're a Boston fan, maybe that says, "Hey, I want to be
right.
like Tatum." But it's so many people. It's like, I mean, I like how Anthony Edwards did that. He talked big game. He backs it up. He delivers. He's
Right.
himself,
That's okay.
and that's why it's
Mm,
like tough because his game. He got game. Like Tatum has game. He's already got the championship. He's more accomplished than Anthony Edwards and most American-born people in this his group. And it's like I just don't see it, man. I just don't see him being a face. Because if he was, he would have been the face right now after the championship. If he was going to be the face, this would have been the run right now.
yeah.
And then, unfortunately, the Olympic run put a little stain, a little spot.
I mean, that's for sure. But I
Supposed
think
to be
that was
that guy.
more.
You just won a championship and you ain't even getting no play time.
But that's Kerr. That's the Kerr. For some reason, they got some little beef that they not actually addressing, and like, and so
Still,
it's
it's
like
still
I can't play if you don't put me in. I can't show. I think he would have did
it's
well
still,
out there,
it's
but
like with the amount of coaches they have, because it's Curry, yeah, for sure got the ultimate, but like, and it may be one of those like, you just won a championship. We don't want, it could be some things there anyway, so animosity, but um, it's still one of those like if somebody like that just won a championship, like for sure he's about to play because one of like he's the main person. He's gonna be the focal point. He's that dude. Tatum
mhm.
don't look like that, and then he wasn't his MVP of his own team. It's kind of one of those like Derek White looked a better person on the Olympic from a Celtic perspective. You know what I mean? So it's like
That was the weird part. That was the weird part
even
because
Drew.
but why put him in? Why put them in over him? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So there was
Because
something else
Tatum
there. We
is not
starting to
like
learn.
he's not a
Yeah, we
defensive
starting to learn
liability.
the politics on things, man.
Yeah, that's why I
Because
was like, and they
it
supposed to
doesn't
come
make
up
no
with
sense.
but even like this year, they was talking about how Brown was treated. He wasn't, chosen and things. He was going back and forth with Nike and all these different things. He's been out a Nike
Right.
athlete, and then Tatum being shunned out of the, playing in the Olympics and stuff like that. This year, we haven't heard no chatter about the Celtics at all. Like Celtics, is like
Hmm.
2, 3 seed or whatever, and they've just been kind of strolling, and they might just be
Yeah.
loud in the playoffs when the playoffs come. But it's like we haven't heard. They're supposed to have this huge storyline about them being so aggressive, but now the Cavs are going crazy. The OKC going crazy. But we
Right.
and the Nuggets getting a little. Well, I mean, they lost, but they getting a little trip back. And it's like Celtics supposed to be this as historic as their franchise is.
Hmm.
Y'all just won a championship. You have
Yeah.
two top high paid players of the league. Like to me, their storyline should be like going crazy right now. And for them not to have it, I feel like you can't be the face. Like it is.
It's weird. It's weird. It's like almost like it's like an assertive effort. Like they're just like trying their best to not make it. Like make it not a face. Make him not that because I don't see it's almost like that. What's that? The Isaiah Thomas, like I met the criteria. I just
Yeah,
don't understand. Like, because he hooping. Like, I mean, like you said, like they're number two in the East right now. I'm looking at it. Uh 6 games behind the Cavaliers, which as we know, that's nothing. Like, there's nothing in comparison to a playoff tree. Like, and so he plays well. He gets him what 20 some 25, 26 game. Yeah, so I don't see it, especially if we look at Ant over him. And like I said, and I've give Ant high frames over and over, and he's one of my favorite players to watch. But I just don't understand it. I guess I just don't get
yeah. I'm looking at some
the
names. The only the only one I had for sure before he got into his mess was John Morant. John Morant
John
was
Morant. Yeah,
slated.
and
Zion was slated when he came in, but with
yeah,
injury. And then they also have young stars like Tyrese Maxey, LaMelo Ball, Young. I mean, Trey Young just seemed to have some type of the NBA just have something against him. So don't see him.
man, they
So
want to bury him. I don't know what it is, man.
so but LaMelo Ball, if he was on a winning franchise, I feel like he could be. He kind of give that Anthony Edwards with his his antics and how he talks and stuff like that.
Right.
Tyrese Maxey, I don't know if he's. I don't know. I think Tyrese Maxey got a good feel with personality and how he plays, but
Yeah,
as of right
but I
now, he
think
don't.
it's also the fact that they kind of suck.
That's what was like that, and then like endorsement, sponsors, and all that kind of stuff. You don't see too many from him as well. So
Yeah.
and right now, unfortunately, it's
See,
like it's one of those like it's like on your plate. Like it's not something you can just scrape off and be like, nah. It's like it's
yeah,
kind of
because let
yours
me
right
look.
now.
Let me go West. Let me go Western Conference. They're seventh right now, but I mean, we know how the Western Conference is. It's so like tightened up that actually it doesn't look as tight this year. For the most part. But I think that like you still could be the face if you're a playoff team, somewhat. They've had their problems, but shoot, even if we and it just kind of sucks because damn, the Grizzlies are number two.
Wait, Grizzlies going crazy.
So
Grizzlies going
I
crazy.
think
They were trying to make
I think it
some.
sucks. I think that messes up the NBA as well. Because as an American league, yes, we've always had we have a lot more European players and non-American players than ever. We've always been like, yeah, but it's American guys. So that's why when we've said face of the league, we haven't mentioned not one foreign player,
Yeah,
but it's starting to look like the faces of the league
it's gonna have
are like it's going to be a SGA. It's going to be a Shea Gillis. Like it's going to be
hey, Luka, Wemby, Jokic. It's like
right. And because
boom,
they
Giannis at
younger
one.
players.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. I think Giannis might be past
Like
that.
he's getting a little bit older, but I mean, not too bad
Like
still.
that.
I mean, and they're number five, like, so it just sucks to see, like, as Americans, it sucks for us to be like, yeah, the face of the league now is SGA. He the one getting, or whoever. Luca. Luca, like you said, Luca
I think
25.
that's why I think they're pushing for the Ant to take it, bro. That's it's like it's
Right. Please, bro.
hooping. His team's not winning, but he's hooping. He has
If
the
not, it's going to Wimby.
he has the personality. Well, I don't know about a character, but he has the personality.
Right,
um,
right.
so it's one of those like we're trying to make you, and most American or most faces have had some type of little stand or some type of thing going on, so that it's something that's overlooked. LeBron probably the only one that's like being kind of flawless, but everybody else
Yeah.
had little things that I was like John Morant potentially could come back, especially if his team go deep in the playoffs or I don't see them winning it. But if they what's the winning? Like he's like he would jump Anthony for sure. If he somehow won it this year or something like that. But before we move on, I had to
Yeah.
talk.
Okay.
Another trade happened. Crazy work. Jimmy Butler to the Warriors.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I had to talk about it before we kind of move on, since we're kind of recapping a whole bunch of stuff that happened on. But man, I cannot go over the timeline, but a whole bunch of BS happened. Butler
Yeah.
was calling out by the organization. He's been suspended multiple times, lost money. Of course, he's gonna have to try to recoup that as well with the players' union, all that kind of stuff. Um, missing plays, missing practices, unhappy, spoken up about it. Finally gets traded to the Warriors for good old Andrew Wiggins, and we got Kyle Anderson and Dennis Schroeder, but he ended up going to the Pistons, I believe. So,
Man, he went to like 5 teams in 4 days.
nah, it's wild. But as a true Miami Heat fan, man, a diehard, it was tough to see him go. Not gonna lie, even though all the BS that was going on, it's tough to see him go
Mhm.
because he's like a lot of us, like I said, we don't have the privilege of winning like 10 plus, 15 plus championships. So it's like when somebody take you to the finals, you cherish that player and that person. So for him to
Right.
take 2 finals, appearances in his, 5, 6 year run and going deep in the playoffs almost every year, especially when he's healthy. So it's like it's tough not to continue to have that person and have somebody, finish your franchise there. He's also what's crazy for Luka. But so it's like it's kind of bittersweet, but with all the drama he was having, it was definitely affecting the team and some of the players. So, and even the coaches. So it was definitely time. Andrew Wiggins kind of give the same type of skill level as Jimmy. He might not have the
Okay.
same hunger, the same,
Mm-hmm.
aggression, but he defends. He's like, I think it's like 5, 6 years younger. So for sure, we got that back. Um,
Yeah.
and he can give us at least 20, 23-ish, a couple assists and some rebounds and
Is
some
he?
steals. So he's still serviceable, I would say. I would say even more serviceable. Like he can be our second option for sure. Right now they're kind of sliding that to Tyler Hero. So I don't know if Tyler Hero can lead us there, but
Andrew
Anthony,
Wiggins is 30.
yeah. Jimmy like 35, 36.
Yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, 35.
So I was like, we kind of at least we can get somebody with the same age. Like I think I would, but I think we should have. I think they really messed up because I think they should really had went for both Wiggins and Kamiga. I was like, y'all still gave the Warriors. Like to me, if I'm doing a trade, especially in the NBA, I don't care if you're in a different conference. I don't want that organization to succeed with my player. I don't know. That's just selfish. Like, you know what I mean?
No, no, no,
So
for
I was
sure.
like,
I want to be able to win a little something. I want to get something. I
yeah,
want to
I'm
feel
like, you
happy,
want
happy.
Jimmy, you want a
Yeah.
star. We have the star.
Yeah.
I'm like, give us Kamiga, give us somebody young, somebody who's still like probably gonna be legit. And I'm like,
Hmm.
we can develop on our side. I think we have a good development program, but I'm like, I think they should have got him as well, with Andrew Wiggins. And if we had to throw in another person, then we can do it to make it work. But I think that's kind of what we missed out on that deal.
Yeah.
But without Jimmy, we have been 1-4. So Jimmy does help, but at the same time, he hasn't played in the last like 20 games. So it's not like we was playing all of a sudden he just cut him. So
Right.
it's how the
Right.
teams have been going, mediocre, whatever. Hopefully we just make the playoffs without the play in. If we do the play in, I uh might be going to another team. But and then the Warriors are like opposite, almost like 3-1, 4-1. So they're like it's like almost flip flop. It's like
Yeah.
they're
No,
doing
he's been. I like the way they look over there, man. I'm not gonna lie.
like how they
Way
look as well.
Jimmy.
I don't think they're gonna make
Yeah.
it to the finals, but I don't see them
Nah.
make like winning the chip with that group how it is now. But
Yeah. Well, as
hopefully
of right now, they're in ninth. They're in ninth right now, right below the Mavericks. 2 games, 2 game or 1.5 games below the Mavericks.
mm,
And if the Mavericks get healthy, they not gonna bounce. I mean, so with the play-in right now, if the play-in started today, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So that's Timberwolves, Mavericks, Warriors, Kings. Dang, and Suns are right below them in 11. So yeah,
hey, that's gonna
I,
be end of the season. That's gonna be crazy, bro. That's gonna be some
those
crazy
those
games.
last little rushes to see who can get the
And
better
that's
spots. Yeah,
I understand that's what the NBA did do the playing for that reason. So the end of the year is kind of like more competitive before it got to the playoffs. I
Right.
still don't like it. I feel like if you got to seventh after 65 plus games, 70 plus games, and I'm a seventh seed, nigga, I'm the seventh seed. Why should I have to
80,
battle to
80,
be the seventh
82
seed?
games. Yeah, after 82 games.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh. And then those
Yeah.
games that we plan to play in are not even kept in the record books. You only get the seventh or eighth seed. That's what we
Mm.
get out of that. And I'm like, so you can have a wilt 100-point game, and you
And it
still would
don't
not
matter.
be. I mean, for sure, social media will capture the moment for sure. But as in record books, bro, that don't game don't exist. It's like you
Yeah.
just got the seventh seed. It's like I was already seventh seed. I'm battling for my seat. Now, if you the ninth and tenth, I feel that's more, you know,
And the thing is,
you
y'all
can
play
get
two
in.
bad games. You play two bad games, your seven seed becomes a I'm sitting at home now.
Right. I was like, bro, I was already in.
It was
And that's how
already
we
in, wanted to rest up. Yeah.
kind of, I mean, the one of the years that we did it was like six seed, and then we fell to seven, and we lost that first game. We ended up being an eighth seed. And I was like,
Yeah.
now that was the run that we went to the championship. So I was like, kind of crazy, but which is wild in itself. That's what's like, we should have. Okay, I ain't gonna go back. But if he had won against the Nuggets, bro, when I tell you that would have been the biggest run in NBA history, I don't care what nobody would have said because for a play-in team, eight seed to go through all them teams and then beat the Nuggets, it would have been like the greatest NBA title, and I would debate anybody on that one. But since that didn't happen, we can move on. Um,
Yeah.
um, with the bad All-Star game we have, we also had a decent Super Bowl. I don't know
Yeah.
how much you want to talk about it because I know your teams, but we really want to talk about the halftime. But if you want to touch on
If someone wants
anything,
to come and talk about it, can. I'm not going to talk too much. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs did lose a lot. And the thing is, the score was already 40-22. So
yeah,
in an NFL game, it's crazy. So like for them to get that much. The thing is, if I break it down, it's gonna sound even worse. The Chiefs didn't get past midfield till the third quarter, the end of the third quarter. I thought they had a typo when they showed the total offense yards. It was like the third quarter, beginning of the third quarter. And they showed the total offense yards, and it was like Eagles 200 and something, and it showed the Chiefs was like 35. I was like, there's not 135 or no. So it looked bad. Matter of fact, uh, we was getting skunked up until like literally the fourth quarter. And it looks bad because it looks even worse. It does and it doesn't. So, of course, there's been the talk of is Pat Mahomes going to be the new Tom Brady?
yeah,
Which is for the ones who know even less about it. It's basically is LeBron Jordan, right? Is he
yeah,
going to be the new Jordan? And to me, I don't personally think this hurts him a whole lot,
yeah. I
like
don't think so.
non-biased, because hey, this is a three-peat. Three-peats are hard to get,
Man,
period. Any sport, any sport. There's never been a three-peat in football.
that's
First
why
off,
if that
we
had
barely
happened,
go back to back, right?
imagine if that had
That's
happened. That's like you might
that's
not
so
be
crazy.
Tom Brady, but nigga, you done solidify yourself for every argument because you can say he's the only QB, only team that has
Yeah,
three-peat in history. It ain't something that you can just be like, well, okay, well, I'll get a three-peat next year. You have to like build a team. It's not gonna be something that you'll see like in 10 years because you just have to build a team and then like
back up.
win it. You can't just be
You
like
have to
you won
win.
two,
Uh,
you don't win that
players
third
get
one, you get three pieces.
players
That's
get
why
injured. Players get traded, players retire. Travis Kelce talking about he might be done, maybe. You know what I'm saying? If he would have won this one, I know he would have retired on the win, but he already looked pretty the whole season.
plus after his brother retired, it's kind of one of those like, bro, let's just do the podcast or whatever they're doing. So
Right. And I already got my little billionaire girlfriend, all that.
we'll
Like,
see on
bruh,
that.
as soon as he
That
stopped
football,
getting that taper fade,
once
his
that
his
football stuff
production
goes
went down.
back, that's what a lot of people say.
I'm telling you, man, he showed with these dumb look. When he showed up the first week one with that cop mustache, I was like, oh yeah, we gonna. Because the thing is,
Changed his
okay,
whole style, bro.
when you
His
look at
whole
okay,
style is
so
fun.
this is another thing where sometimes stats don't tell the whole story, right? You got to get into the stats. The Chiefs lost, was it 2 games, I think, this year? And the last game was just the last game of the season where they barely even played anybody. Like they was like, yeah, let's put in the second string. Patrick didn't play. Like they was like, yo, we already got our spot. We already number one seed. Let's just rest up because we got a playoffs. So they only lost those 2 games. They they beat everybody else. So if you say that, if you just go, yo, they went 16-2. Now realizing most of those games was like squeaked out ref call or
Yeah, they
field
squeaked.
goal at the last second, So they don't look as dominant as they did,
Yeah,
in years past. So that already felt a little sketch. So them even making it all the way to the end was like, to me, I get it. Now the Chiefs are starting to be like how the Lakers feel. Like, yo, if you don't win it, then it's trash. But to
yeah,
me, football is different than basketball.
yeah,
By a lot. Like, and a lot of players playing injured. The fact that they were able to stop Saquon Barkley was cool, but you got to do the other stuff too. Like,
yeah. That's what. What about
yeah, it
the?
was crazy. And then the halftime show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. For the people living under a rock. Yeah, for people living under a rock, they had Kendrick Lamar come out. And it went a little different than I think a lot of people were expecting. And there's a few different reasons why. And it caused mixed reviews by both, I guess, in the Black community, but also I saw a lot of people who weren't in the community feeling a way about it. But he's a storyteller. So it's almost like do your research on who this guy is before you complain about the show.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like first look, watching it live, I liked the show. I liked everything. Like
Same.
liked it. I didn't have no issues. After the show is where I have the issues. And this is just me. If I'm a hater,
Okay.
I'm a hater. You can come on a
Probably.
podcast and debate me. I don't care. It's just the all the people who are saying this is what this meant. This is what this meant. And people are saying, no, he actually meant it to be like this. Now, some key points about the halftime show was on point. The Samuel Jackson and his role and you know all the
Trying to be
different
a
select
Uncle Sam, this and
yeah,
that.
Uncle
Yeah.
Sam. So it's like we understand that. So that's why I'm like, those I get. But it's the ones that people go like a layer deeper and we're just like, is that really what he meant? Or that's your interpretation? And then the whole social media just agreed
Right.
upon it and that's what it is. And that's why I have an issue with Kendrick Lamar and his music sometimes. It's like he leaving for the audience, which is a good and bad thing. Because good because like I want you guys to interpret it to how you think of it. I just wish
Mm-hmm.
we would have a disclaimer and be like, hey guys, when I say the sky is blue, that's all I meant there. You know what I mean? Not so much of like, this is a vortex for the end of the world. Like, I don't want to hear like,
Right.
but
Well, I get the whole so there was certain things that he even said and even the designer of the of that performance had where 4 sections was to look like a controller. And that's why they had the whole game over to be like, yo, we being controlled and all that type of stuff. We have to step away from the game and got to rise up. That's why they had all the little stuff like that.
mhm,
So there was that. There was certain things like that. But yeah, I did see a lot of things where they were like, and maybe he does do it on purpose. Maybe like I'm sure he's not
yeah,
like that unplugged to where I think at this point he's leaning into the joke. I mean, not necessarily a joke, but he's like, you know what? If they're gonna keep breaking down my stuff, at least they're gonna learn something. They're gonna do this, whatever.
right.
But I think he also
Make
does
them
lean into the
research what I'm
joke.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like anything I say, they're gonna look deep into it. So I almost have to do the little stuff and
He-
this and that. So even the stuff that I didn't do, like how they thought that his chain was for the A minor, that's why it was a lowercase a and yada yada yada. It's like, bro, that's his company that he has now, PG Lang. That's the logo for it. It's like it's the equivalent of wearing a Def Jam chain or a Rockefeller chain or whatever. But they was like, no, but the A minor and it's like, okay, well, maybe now you can call it a double entendre. I wasn't trying to make, It's like when we be talking and you
I mean,
accidentally
some
say
of it,
something, you go,
I think you do mean some of it for sure, but other times I was like, oh, you're just going so deep where people like,
yeah,
because
like
people
with the
interpret
XXX
differently. And
thing.
then whatever's socially accepted, that's what the interpretation is what I'm trying to get at. It's like
Mm,
people said this is what it is. and then okay, 60% of social media is agreeing with this. So now that's what the interpretation is, and I'm like,
Right.
Kendrick come back and say yay or nay is what I would like to see. It don't have to be
But
like
he
in
don't
the
do enough. He don't do enough interviews or enough
yeah,
like
like it don't have to be the same like year, but like the songs that we listened to like 5 years ago, like bro, oh, this what the interpretation is, or are you just gonna leave it there? Which he's just
right.
gonna leave it there for sure.
Give us some documentaries. Give us some like a
Some juice,
commentary
so,
thing or
like,
something.
are we
Yeah.
putting the points together, or are we like missing it all together? You know what I
How
mean?
far are we? Did we go too
That's what.
deep here or what? Like, let me know. Yeah.
Well, this is
I
for me.
feel it.
That's for his music career. The halftime show, I think, was pretty clear though. What message he was trying to give out.
Yeah, yeah.
During
But then
halftime,
I get like some people and even like so like my cousins we was talking about a little bit and my cousin Gary was like saying like was telling my aunt that she thinks that like most of it was just like a big middle finger to Drake. And I was like I wasn't ready to have all this in a text thread. There
a little
was
bit.
that, sure. There was that he literally say Drake, all that.
Like, yeah,
But that was hard. That was hard. But like the whole thing
like,
wasn't
yeah.
about Drake. Maybe it was also about anti-pedophile or anti this or whatever, but like it was mainly to about the people that are oppressing us or to the system that is against us. And you're telling that story. So yeah, maybe those higher ups that are also pedophiles, maybe the hit dog on holla, but I don't think that it was that Drake centered. That had
Yeah,
that moment right there, or they like to sue certain things. Like, okay, yes,
but it
but
could
this was more
multiple
getting that
people.
story
Yeah,
out
yeah. Now I also
and
say,
highlighting it. I like
um,
his culture, the West Coast, and all that. How they had all the, you know,
Serena, yeah.
mm-hmm. They try to make a big deal about that. It's just like, bro, that didn't have anything to do with Drake. Yes, she used to date Drake, and yes, SZA used to date Drake. Okay, but I don't think they're
I don't
well.
think.
There may be
I
some
think
bad blood between Serena now because of that.
I think it's a little bit, but it was one of those because they was talking about like Serena. Uh, I forgot what tournament that she had backlash about drip.
Wimbledon, yeah,
And so it's like
yeah,
I
she
think
got
that was
fined for
more.
that.
I think it's more of that than the Drake stuff. It just so happened it's
Right.
like, let me just check the box off. It's like nice that it is, but it's not like okay, I'm bringing you on because
That's one of
bring me all
those
the Drake
double
exes. Let me see
entendres.
why I can enter. How can I
Yeah,
bring? No, it wasn't one of those.
he
Um,
didn't bring SZA up because he could have brought
yeah,
Rihanna
the
or
song already.
whoever else he.
Yeah,
Yeah, they already are on fire. She's on two of his songs there, plus the Black Panther soundtrack, the
yeah,
all the stars that she did. Like, come on, and SZA's on fire right now. Why not? And that's his label mate. Well, old label because not on PDE no
yeah.
more. But come on, man, you think that had to do with Drake?
Yeah, exactly. It was so like the song itself was the only thing, and that was everything else. Now I will say what I've been hearing or what I've been seeing, especially for somebody who's like a super Kendrick fan,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he gave enough range of his music that he has. I think it was all just
Oh, go ahead.
I think of what I've seen, it was all
Yeah.
like what was happening in his last year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of propelled him for the Super Bowl anyway. But I feel like all his music was more recent. He should have got some more older bangers, and he
So
had some
I
songs
did
that
see
fit
that.
that thing. So
I did see that, but so think about this. What happens to a lot of artists after they perform the Super Bowl?
go up, records go
They
crazy.
crazy, right? So, in knowing that, what has happened to him in the last couple of years? He's gotten off of his TDE label, and
Mm,
and not everything that Drake said was false. So when he said you signed to somebody, you basically he alluded that his splits was so crazy on his other label, right? Like that he doesn't get paid off of his music, and you got to
mm,
do whatever they tell you to go with Taylor Swift. They tell you to go with such and such. You go do it. Meaning all that music before on TDE, he ain't getting that much money from.
mm,
Maybe 10%. Everything that he's made on PG Lang without TDE, he's getting an 80, 90% split.
mm.
So if I'm gonna perform and I know that when I perform,
This give
this is gonna give
money.
me money, why would
Yeah,
I give you all the slaps from Good Kid, Mad City and maybe get crumbs off of that when I'm gonna give you this G and X and I'm gonna get paid.
Good explanation, bro. Because I was definitely curious about that.
And he gave us a little be humble. Okay, cool, boom. All right, gave you a little bit of that. Gave you something else from Damn, I think. Was it loyalty, maybe? I can't remember, but he played a couple, but everything was mostly G and X and an unreleased verse and extended verse stuff and all that. So it's like, okay, now let's go check him out. Let's go check this out. So, and he tried to play it off because I heard him say a little something like he did a interview on Apple with Ebro and Nadeska, and he was like, I'm just on the now, you know what I'm saying? That's the old me, and I just want to give y'all how I'm feeling now musically. I know what you're doing. But get paid, black man. Get paid. So I understood that as well. So yes, would I have liked to hear backseat freestyle or bitch don't kill my vibe or all that other stuff? Of course. As a Kendrick fan since Section 80, yeah, I would like to hear ADHD, but what she was doing.
Gotcha.
So me and my little niece would still that I walked on in my living room during the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? So
A lot of videos like that too. I was like, man, I think he did well, man. I'm not saying the best,
yeah.
but I was like, rating wise, probably 8 out of 10 for me.
I think the only thing wrong was the mic volume or something. Like that was the only thing. I turned my shit all the way up and was just like, what? Is the sound bar you bought me going out? I'm sitting there like, let me try to
Yeah, I was like, I
oh,
don't yeah, that was kind of throwing me off as well. Um, but yeah, overall, I mean, I enjoyed it though. After that, I turned the Super Bowl off though. I mean, I'm not a football fan. Plus with the
you know
blood
what?
stuff,
A
I
lot of
know
people
people was
was
trying
full
to
of that.
a lot of people were trying to, this might be one of those historic uh Patriots comeback type of deals, especially with Pat
Right.
Mahomes. But I was like,
Dude,
the way the game was being played, I was like,
that's what
and I was like, I'm just so glad the Chiefs scored because at that point it was like they might not even score. And I don't think that would have hurt, but it would look crazier if that
dude,
makes sense. So
that would
it
have
would have
shut my whole state down. No,
hurt.
shut out, bro. Shut out.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Especially not even just like shut out, but like ran up the score shutout, like 40. The thing is, and here's the crazy part. We only scored when they put in their second string defense.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I was
So that's still almost worse. Like, yeah, it ain't look good. I was just like, only reason why I ain't shut it off is we had the little party at my house, and everybody was like, all right, said, man, we can turn this. I was like, oh, cool, yeah, have a beer, have a whatever, go get you some enchiladas and stuff. You know, my little brothers was trying to take off their jerseys and stuff. Like, no, man, y'all got to rep. Y'all got to rep, man. The little niece and nephews, they was like, should I still wear this? Like,
take it off. We'll wear it next year. We'll wear it.
I was like, they gonna be all right, man. Like, it's fine. Next year, I'm trying
I
to
mean,
make them
it's
feel
tough. I
better.
mean, it's tough, man. I mean, it's tough.
And
I
it's like
mean,
I really don't be watching football normally, but this year I've been watching a little bit more games than
yeah,
this season than I have in the past. I guess it's just kind of something to do on Sundays in the morning when I'm just chilling. But uh and stuff to talk about with some of my friends here. For the most part, and I guess prize picks. I know we can pay attention to see how my best do. Let me see.
I still haven't got on, bro. I think I'm gonna hold strong to it. I think I'm gonna hold strong to it.
Yeah, just catch the big games or something, catch the Super Bowl party or whatever. But
Yeah,
I mean, overall, it was cool. I think the Chiefs can be back. Like I said, like that's something that we don't normally see. So for them to even and for him to even for Patrick Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl this many years in a row, or not even just in a row, like I think he's been to like 5 or 6. And he's just been in the league. I think he's been in the league 6 years, 6 or 7 years, something like that. So it's like,
yeah. Every year he started, he's gone.
yeah, to the
Crazy,
Super Bowl. That
crazy.
alone, that alone shows,
I
and
mean,
you can't even use that. You can't use the argument, like like how in NBA they're like, well, Jordan went 6-0, so this and that.
yeah.
Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady has lost twice,
Yeah, no. I mean, it's still. I think as
3 times
storyline
actually.
goes, the Philly storyline does hit, but it's like two storylines was so crazy because you a 3P on
Right.
this side. This one is like, oh, this is my get back game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the
Right.
same quarterback, the same team. You got some reinforcement with the running back, so people scared of the run game. So it's like
Yeah.
it was a great storyline, which is what somebody who doesn't watch football tune in for the game for because it's like I didn't realize it. I didn't know it was gonna go like this, but I thought it was gonna be like a lot more back and forth, down to the last two
Same.
minutes type of game.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people was hoping for that as well, but and then Kendrick we with the halftime, so I was looking forward to the game, and hurrying up trying to get my setup together. So I was like, man, I just gotta play the game. I gotta play it on something. I had my projector going. I was like, I just gotta have it playing. But yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. Next year we'll see what it looks like. I might, being in Charlotte, might try to. I don't know if I go to a game, but at least I'll be more aware of football. How about that? Instead of just a Super Bowl,
Right.
I'll be like, when y'all play? Okay, cool. Basketball's still on right now, so
Catch the early games, catch the earlier ones or something.
true. But yeah, man, before we wrap up, man, let's talk about move on to something different. What movies or shows you been watching, man,
Mm.
since we've been away from the
Since we
pod, you know?
Well, shoot, in recent, I did. We just saw Captain America: Brave New World. Us being Marvel hands.
Man.
But I ended up getting so big shout outs to Barbara Bond, my client and a radio host. She hooked me in, me, my wife, Tiffany, and Cam, best friend, and my nephew, up with some tickets. So that was for the early screening. Because at first I was like, I don't know, but I'm like, I like being able to say I went to a screening. I like the way screenings are. They get right to it. There's no previews and all that. And it's Marvel. I'm gonna go see. And historically, if I have to, and I was just talking to my boy Isaiah and Tori about where we would, and we can talk about this another time, but like, where would you rank MCU film like series? So like, but you can't put Avengers in there, right? Because Avengers is already goated. It's like Avengers is up
Yeah.
here. So for me, it was like Captain America. No, it wasn't even just MCU. It was just anything Marvel, right? So it could be X-Men right here. It could be Wolverine. It could be, you know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
Fantastic Four, if that's in there, but I don't think it's in there for anybody's. But like, so for me, Captain America series is my favorite series because it also has my favorite Winter Soldier.
We might have to debate on this one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. We can talk about this another time. But like, but they was even making good points on other ones, and I was like, I'm not mad at that one either. Like, it's hard for me to. Some of them were saying that they had like Guardians higher and this and that, and I was just like, okay,
I like Iron Man
But
as well, and you got
Iron,
Black
yeah,
Panther
Iron Man.
series.
I just think Iron Man 2
I,
was kind of trash.
you said what?
I just think Iron Man 2 was kind of trash.
I agree.
And
Honestly,
so it kind of
one is so high for me, it's kind of pulling the other ones up a little bit, but it's tough.
okay. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And then so I thought, let's go see this. Okay. I knew the movie was kind of like, it's not bad. It's also not fire. Like, okay, so the reason why I knew it wasn't gonna be that good is because like a lot of times we'll watch a movie and immediately after you finish watching it, you're like, man, that movie was so good. Da, da, da. And then like a week
Yep.
later, with more time to think about it, you go, that's all right. And then I have some space away from like the recency bias. You go, it actually was probably all right. I'll give it a 7, yada yada yada. I knew it probably wasn't super good. And immediately after leaving, me and Cam were talking. I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's pretty good, I guess. Like I just kind of like I felt like I ate some fettuccine Alfredo. Like it's cool. Like I like it, but I like something better.
This
Uh
is okay. Well,
it's
I
the
was about
build up. I think the way they did the trailer was kind of trash because you already were expecting the Red Hulk. And
that was
with
my
that,
point. That was
that
my
was the
point. I
whole
was just about to
twist.
say
That
that
was
was what
supposed to be the
just
whole
about
twist.
right on the money. That
And
was the biggest.
I get me being a person who listens to the comics, or not listens to them, reads the comics, who've watched the cartoons. I know that Ross, comes Red Hulk. But I also know that they can switch stuff up, in the movie, make. But also, if I would have never watched the trailer, you almost wouldn't have known for real. But then they had little hints like leading up to it. He kept getting angry, and he kept getting a little angrier, but then he started like morphing a little bit, and then go back down to normal when they calm him down. And then finally at the end, it happened. I don't really care if there's spoiler for real, because you already know he turns into the Hulk in the trailer.
Yeah.
So it's like you give us a cool, yeah, okay. So maybe like in movie time, it was maybe 30 minutes of him wilding out, right? Maybe more, maybe an hour. But in screen time, we maybe got 3 minutes of Red Hulk.
And I knew that was gonna happen. When they did the trailer, I was like, and that's what okay, because I didn't want to like interrupt, but
Oh yeah,
that
go
was
go
what
go.
that what got me the first time because one of the last movies I saw was the Wolfman, Wolverine, something like Wolfman, and they did this trailer. You saw that?
Yes. I haven't seen it yet, but like
Okay.
we were gonna watch it, but
But
like
they
the
did a
trailer
trailer
gave
of this
said
Captain
that.
America, and they gave the entire. Now this is the one where you can't skip because in the movie theater you kind of. I was trying not
Right.
to look at it. 'Cause I was like, I'm kind of interested in it, but saw the whole trailer, full trailer, and
Mm-hmm.
from start to finish, I don't need to watch this movie. I just for sure,
That's what
for
I'm
sure.
saying. Y'all doing too much in these trailers.
Hey, the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. I know he's gonna have these different abilities. He's gonna have like different things to his suit. He's gonna be able to match or try to fight, and it's gonna be a fight scene. It's gonna be a trash fight scene. I already know it's gonna be, and I'm like,
Oh, that too.
and I was like,
That too.
when,
Everybody who gave him fits was over the age of 60.
yeah,
One of the people that he fought and was like struggling with, Juan Carlo Esposito. If you for those who don't know who he is, I'll name some of his other roles. Augustus Fringe or Fring from Breaking Bad. He was I forgot his name, but he was in Do the Right Thing, y'all. And he was already kind of like a mid 30s guy in Do the Right Thing. That movie came out before I was born.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it was something he was in recently. I forget, but yeah, look him up. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Juan Carlo Esposito. He's one of my favorite actors, but he's also like mad. Oh, it's like if you watch, yes, Denzel Washington's one of my favorite actors, but I don't believe anything that happened in Equalizer 2 or 3.
yeah. Third one was OD, bro. That's why I was
You're
telling him
too
like
old. You're too
you.
old.
To me, the third one he should have trained somebody else and that person take over. That's how it should have been. Like, come on, like how can I think about that in like 2 seconds? But past that, once they showed the Red Hulk, I knew the movie was over because the whole lure of the movie was somebody turning into a Red Hulk. To tell the person who it is, and in the trailer they showed the transformation, I was like, "What is this?" And
Right.
I mean, I'm looking at one of the movie posters. It shows the Red Hulk on it. It kind of shows the person, like the I don't know the guy, the white guy, but he's
Harrison
underneath.
Ford.
Yeah, he's underneath. Oh yeah, my bad. He's underneath the Red Hulk. So it's like you kind of already see it from the poster itself. So it's one of those like it gave way too much. I mean, most trailers give too much anyway. This one gave the entire movie.
Dude.
I
The only thing
like to
they didn't give
see.
away in the trailer was the guy who was behind all of it, which was if you watched Incredible Hulk back in the day, the scientist that the Hulk blood was dripping on, from the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
think
the
see, with this one, I think what they should have done because the Captain America with Anthony Mackie was the or Falcon was a series on Disney Plus. I understand the
right.
series they're trying to keep it on Disney Plus, and the movie's trying to be on the big screen. This one should have been a movie on Disney Plus. I was like, I don't the way the trailer
Honestly,
set up, I don't
it
think it
could have
should have.
been it could have been a season 2. It could have been season 2 or whatever.
Okay, also true. I'm just saying for like movie standpoint, I was like,
Yeah,
y'all should not have put that to the Captain. I mean, the Falcon Captain America, whatever series. I didn't. I understand some of the back tone and stuff like that. Him, what it meant for him to represent that and all that, but I just didn't like the series at all on Disney Plus. So I was like, when the movie came out about it, I was like, I don't know, it's not gonna do well.
yeah.
And
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of fell off on some of the series. Like I didn't watch Echo. I might get
mm,
back into that. I might get back into. I didn't watch the Marvels. Captain.
they kind of died
Um,
off. Honestly, bro, we haven't heard any too much about Marvel in a minute though. And then
yeah,
now they had
that's what they should have done though.
and they
Honestly,
tried they
take your
tried to
time.
reboot it with this, and that's what I think what happened. It's like he was like, you know what, we haven't gone real Marvel thing yet, MCU universe, so we're just gonna give you this one. And they thought people was
Hmm.
gonna flood to it. And I was like, I don't think so, based on that trailer. The only
Yeah,
Marvel thing that I did watch recently that I thought was pretty decent was Craven. It's mixed reviews. A lot of people said they didn't like it. It just didn't give a Marvel feel, and that's what I like about it. And
I
like
think it's
the
because
how
it's Sony, and Sony does that whole separate thing.
Yeah, so I
Or-
was like, I kind of yeah, it wasn't like MCU based, but I like how they did it. I like how he represented the different abilities that he had. I don't want to go into too much because I think you should watch it and we can have a review on it. I think it should be coming to a streaming platform soon though. I don't
Okay.
see it being like in the theaters too long or too much longer if it's already there. But I saw that was really good in theaters, and then I told you I saw Wolfman. Wolfman could be a Netflix thing, and I need to go to the theaters. It had one little plot twist that you figured out yourself early on, and then from
Right.
the rest, it's kind of a generic, predictable movie. So, it's one of those like, hey, we was bored, let's go do something type of deal. But I would not
Man, we
recommend
did
like,
that on I think Christmas. On Christmas, we went to go watch Nosferatu.
mm. So yeah, it's still like that way. It's like,
Ugh.
we'll just go get out of the
I
house.
think that was okay. So I left the book
Go
like
waste some
when he
money.
said, yeah, like right when I got out, I was like, what? And then the more I thought about it, I'm just like, trash. I'm like, I don't know. It was weird. And I don't like maybe this is like the feminist in me. I hate when women's only redeeming quality is like them using their body to like save the day or whatever. Like she helped prep and stop Nosferatu by being like, yes, I'll have sex with you. Like, I don't know. I feel like women are more than that. So I don't want to be like, but like I feel like women are kind of more than that. It just
It's just like it's always like an easy cop out with the storytelling. It's always something like that. I
yeah,
mean, we're
she
not gonna
can't
go
fight
too
or
deep into
nothing. So she like lured him in by doing that and then just like opened up the curtain so he burnt. But it's just like, I don't know. There was another way to do that.
it.
But
Right.
yeah, there's been too much. I mean, besides like my Korean shows I'll be watching. Whoa, anime, quick anime plug. It's a Netflix one, Sakamoto Days.
Is that the new one with the old
Sakamoto
guy?
Days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I started watching it. Actually got Shay watching it with me. Uh, it's pretty good, man. It comes out every Saturday, so I need to watch. We still need to wait, no. Yeah, we didn't watch it yet. So yeah, we still gonna watch that one today. Um, before she go to work probably. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like the way they got it. It's an easy watch. But cool storyline, it's just like a dude who was like the best assassin. Didn't nobody stop him. And then he fell in love with this girl at the grocery store. He retires, has a kid, gets married, gets fat, but he's still him.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've
Then
seen
there ends up
clips,
being a
so I need to
bounty on
watch
his
it.
head. So now every assassin is out to get the high dollar, let's say $1 million reward for killing Sakamoto,
Sound like some animated John Wick.
basically. But yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's got some funniness to it, but a lot of action. Uh, yeah, a lot of hands. So
Yeah, for sure you like. The one I'm watching now is Seven Deadly Sins. I'm on the last season, season 5. I told you need to start the first 2 episodes. Give it 1 hour. You finish 2 episodes. It's only 20 minutes each. So you can
okay, it's
finish
one
it.
of those. Got you.
So watch the two and then let me know your thoughts. Cause those one kind of brought me in. The story, I mean, I think it's one of those like you watch anime, you kind of watch this already, but it's doing it for me. I think I like it a lot. I like anything with powers, abilities, so that's what they got. Instead of like more powers, it's more magic type stuff, but I like it and adventure, storytelling, that type of stuff. So for sure, if you don't, please just give that 40-minute watch, 2 episodes. And if you
Got you.
don't want to go
Got you.
further, that's cool with me. But that's
I'll
kind of one
check
of
it
those kind
out.
of in the back burner. I'll let it play. It's on Netflix and it's also on Hulu
Got
and
both
some
of
other
them.
platforms. So I've been doing what you call it, dub. So I just had have it in the background. It's one of those I'm not as in tune like I would
Hmm.
other animes when I do like sub or anything like that. But this one I've been, put it on before I go to sleep type of show, or hey, I'm bored, put it on type of show. So
Okay.
and I've gone to the fifth season, so it's gotten me there. So I'm gonna finish that off probably later on this weekend and start on a new one, man. I need to start back on
See,
the anime
and
stuff, especially after
friend
basketball
of the
season.
show, friend of the show, Zach Brown, he's been telling me I need to watch Vinland Saga.
That's on my radar. I have that on as well. I've had a lot of
So
recommendations.
yeah, I want to get into that. And we also, as Dragon Ball Z fans, I feel like I haven't watched the Daima or whatever. I think I watched like an episode. But I've been hearing a lot of good things. It does look the whole shrink down thing looks weird to me, but of course they'll probably explain that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. I think if they bring back Super, I'll watch, but I'm not watching this one. It's like
I'll
I
do
don't
some
know.
research and report back. I'll do some
Right.
research
I
report
think
back.
I'm
Let
one
you
of
know.
those. Like I think I'm kind of content with Dragon Ball. That's why I think how it is. It's like whatever stuff they come
Honestly,
out new, I don't think I'll be more like it's not that show for me anymore. Or it's like if they come back with some more stuff, I'll be like, yeah, anything Dragon Ball I'm about to be watching, I'm just not there anymore. After when they came up with this, I was like, I'm not interested any more storylines they have. I'm not interested in. But if they, continue to do Super, then I might watch that because I'm already in tune with that. But anything else, like,
yeah.
man, I'm not as interested anymore.
Honestly, same. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I love Dragon Ball. From Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT was a little weird. But for the most part, big fan. But I think they did a good job of ending the story. But I get it. The fans were like, no, what else? So they came back and brought more, and they kept going to what else, what else, what else. So that's why Super makes sense. But I think they kind of wrapped it up. If they want to every year or every couple of years give us multiverse the tournament,
Yeah.
but sometimes I feel like they're doing too much. Like the story is told. The story is told. It's kind of like with King Onishura. I think they did good. They finished it off. Dude died or whatever, and is it? It's like 2 seasons or something like that, and then they did like a whole little like Baki versus King Onishura tournament movie that I
Yep.
thought was cool with all the characters, fought each other. But for the most part, sometimes you got to know when to end the story, man. Like, because then it gets too
Yeah.
played out. So yeah, and
I
I
think
get that.
it's one of those like we talk about marketing and all that stuff. It's just Dragon Ball just have such a huge fan base, and they know whatever they put it out, whether they talk about it badly or not, people gonna tune in and watch, and you get those views and endorsements, and it's like, but me myself, I'm like, think I'm over it.
Yeah, that's real. That's I understand that. Like, I mean, you don't want stuff to go on too long. Um, there's a couple shows that I think are kind of like that as well. Of course, we're about to wrap it up, but so Alice in Borderland is getting a new season.
Hmm. Okay, that's one you told me to watch. I need to watch as well. You got been on me on.
Yes, it's fire. Alice in Borderland. Of
Right.
course, Squid Game just came out with a new one. We finished that one abruptly.
Did not like that one either. The second season.
Okay, so and it was a couple episodes shorter than last season, and the way they abruptly stopped it made it seem like I get having cliffhangers, but
Yeah.
that didn't feel like a
The
season
fourth.
cliffhanger. It felt like when you watch Power and they have the mid-season break.
Yeah.
I felt like it was like that. I feel like if I'm gonna allow myself because I like Squid Game so much, I'm gonna allow my brain to just say, oh, they got a mid-season break. And so when three come, this is still season two, but the second
Yeah.
half or something.
You got more hope than I did. Cause when I saw it, I was like, I think I'm off Squid Games. I was like, I think okay, this is how I see it. The first one was so great. It had
Right.
so much momentum or so much hype. It was rated appropriately. It wasn't overrated. It wasn't anything. So some people might be overrated, but the things that came out of it, the so many people who copy Squid Games, Mr. Beast, and everybody have done so many
Mm.
things. It was hype. That 2, 3 year nothing, and then have this season. This season had to
No,
be
for sure.
crazy or crazier. At least that meet or exceed. It didn't meet or exceed. So that's why I'm like, I'm kind of off of it because it's like what they should have done, which I thought they should have already did. I understand people wanted the background and kind of, messing up the system and all that kind of stuff, but you should just did the same thing with a different group of people. That would have been an easy. But the only thing I will say, they had to do the season closer to when the first one came out. They waited too long in that gap. If they did this season the way they did it, and
Yeah.
they did it like closer or like maybe like a 6 month a year type, and then release this exact same season, I think I would have felt a little bit easier because it's like okay, understand what they're going for.
No,
But
y'all
after
made us
waiting
wait too
three,
long for this.
and
Yeah, y'all
waiting
made us way
three,
too long for this.
I'm like I'm off of it. I don't care if you see the third season come out tomorrow. I don't care. I'm not gonna be rushing.
Damn.
I might be. It might be one of those I might catch on like
See, and that's what I'm
yourself
nervous
or somebody
about.
talk about it, and I might catch it from there.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I'm not invested anymore.
See, and that's what I'm nervous about Alice in Borderland because the first two seasons were so great. Like the action, the games they had in it, the twist, the everything all together. And it was wrapped up perfectly. The end of it, you're like, wow, okay, so it was actually this or da 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 da. And then like I see now on Netflix, they're like a new season's coming. I'm just like, but the bow was already on the
And I think also what added to my disappointment was that first Squid Games. I was in Kansas, I believe, and all my family members we watched it. I think it was 2020 around there. I think, but
yeah.
we
It was
watched it
yeah.
independently. Everybody watched it independent, and we all in a group text. This is fire. Did you watch Squid Game? This is this. What was your favorite game? This.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
this time around, we was like, Squid Game's coming back. Guess when it happens? Right after Christmas. We all in the same household for Christmas.
Mm,
So we was like, let's set up time. Let's, plan and watch the show together. We watching the show, people going to sleep on it, people watching something, people on their phone. And it's like it is in grasp us
yeah,
the
yeah.
same way. And it's like we set up time and event, saying it was gonna be a huge thing for the family to watch it all at one time because of how much it was and hype for the first one. It's like, man, this was so disappointing. So we started off watching it together. Then people went to sleep, and then by the end of the season, everybody started.
Mm.
I finished it, or I just finished it. Like everybody started watching it on their own side. But it was one of those, we was gonna binge watch it, a little 2 day thing. But yeah, it didn't turn out to be that way. People just split and we watched it on our own. But when we finished, it's like, hey, you were disappointed. Yeah, I was disappointed. And it's like, dang, it's supposed to be something that was supposed to be like,
Supposed to be a big event. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the big fight.
Man, basic.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
I
know. It was definitely
I'm off of it, man. But I have to check out Alice in Borderland though for sure.
Alice in Borderlands highly recommended. Yeah, I mean, man, anybody, everybody, you've all heard me say this before. Check it out. These Koreans got something to them. Actually, I think that one's Japanese. I don't remember. Koreans and the Japanese, they've been making really good shows. But yeah, check that one out. Yeah, man, let's go ahead, wrap this up. Um, shout outs, man.
Oh dang.
I
Uh,
know, right? It's been a little minute.
I'm just gonna do a cop out because I ain't got no shout out today. So shout out to both of us for getting back on the pod. This is 2025, the first of 2025. Can't believe it's already 2025, man. But we definitely about to we're gonna try to keep the ball rolling, man. More guests, some random stuff. It might be more like, what we talk about, just random episodes that we kind of put out every now and again. So we
Right.
definitely have
And we may even do couple different formats I've been thinking of. Talk to you offline about it. But like, yeah, man, we're gonna keep this match my energy media train going.
yeah. Yeah, we definitely have to, get back onto it, man. And then congratulations to myself, what I'm saying, give myself some props for making the move and, you know, finally here
Mhm.
got my, you know, apartments up there that I'm gonna have to show you Dennis offline,
Oh
what we
yeah,
got going on over here. And then yeah, man, that's really it. Just shouting out to us and then our new year, bro. I ain't really got nobody else, so
for sure, for sure. Okay. Shoot, for me, man, I know I was kind of the same with it, but I noticed what we've been keeping up. So real quick, I keep having problems with the book cover for my second book, Father's Bed, but the Kindle version is available um, right now on Amazon, of course, Kindle. So check that out. I still got some I'm sending to you. I had to end up just buying more because I feel like they probably didn't
yeah,
couldn't figure that out. So that's fine. I'll get some
that's
more,
fine.
send them to you. But yeah, and also recognize game. Recognize game. Our boys we had I don't know why I'm blanking. EB. EB from there. Come on. No, CB, because I know they both EB, CB, so it kind of confuses me sometimes. But uh they were formerly the Three Man Weave podcast. They've actually joined a Gym 10. They joined like a whole there's a whole channel that has different shows all on one channel. I thought that was pretty tight.
Mm.
But yeah, their game is just or their show, recognized game. It's just the two brothers now. Uh, but yeah, check that out. They always the same them. But talking sports, you know them, they upload. So if you guys have been checking them out
Yeah.
lately, you know
Check out their
they
merch as well. They got some good merch over there.
good merch in my bag apparel. My boy, hey, yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
good crossover stuff. Mamba Combat. Uh
Can't wait to bring y'all
uh
back on, man. We gotta
Oh
have
yeah, we
another
need a
crossover.
crossover. We need a crossover with both of y'all this time, for sure. I know they watch. I know they watching. So, yeah. So big shout outs to them. But yeah, that's all I really got. Oh shoot! Most importantly, while we talking basketball, man, I'm gonna post a clip. I'm gonna post a clip. I was a proud uncle.
Oh,
My
yeah.
little Anna, man. My little Anna. She's getting a lot better. She's handling the ball better. She's become a lefty. She's not even a lefty in real life, but on the court, she's a lefty like her uncle and her grandma. Um, and so, yeah, man, I'm gonna post this clip right here.
Go, you got it, baby. Go, man, go. Have a real pass. Come on, baby. There.
And as y'all see, she got the steal, brought it down, went coast to coast, hit a shot from a longer distance than normal, and hit that thing. You know, my sisters was telling me before when I used to watch her, she'd be afraid to shoot. She'd be afraid. She'd get the ball, try to hurt, and just hop potato it. She said she done turned into, basically, not her words, my words. She done turned into Jordan Poole or Michael Porter Jr. Give me that thing, throwing it. I'm like, oh, you sound like that.
Well, that's good, man. That's always a proud uncle moment right there. So
Happy to see it, man. Big shout outs to Annalicia, my little niece. Yeah, I'm always proud of her. But anyways, man, this has been good. It's been a long time coming. We definitely the break was
back,
needed.
man. We are back.
Right. We had a whole lot going on, y'all, but y'all know we weren't just going abruptly. It's not like we wasn't beefing or nothing. It's not that type of time. We just had life going on. But yeah, we back. Yeah, episode 52. So if you listen to one episode a week, it'll take you a year. It'll take you a year to finish. It's official. So but yeah, man, stay tuned for a whole lot more. Shoot, whether we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
And we out.
Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.